Chinmayāya namaḥ.
Chinmayāya namaḥ. Chinmaya, pure consciousness. The pure consciousness means Gurudev was the embodiment of consciousness. And it could be seen in his BMI. What did we see? Last class, how did I stop? Where did I stop last class? Do you remember? I told you if you remember only, I will tell. If you don't remember, I may also not. I may skip. You remember anything? What? What do you remember? At least you remember that you don't remember? Huh? And that banquet time, what happened? Who? One of our trustees, D.V. Pillai. Now you remember. He, in the banquet, he came up and said, I never saw Gurudev. That's what I said, no? What he did not see. He said, I never saw Gurudev yawning. All those who saw Gurudev, did any of you see Gurudev yawning? I never saw. Naniji said he never saw. Anybody else who saw Gurudev? Did you see him yawning? He never yawned. Because this D.V. Pillai is a psychiatrist. When the mind is always alert and vigilant, how can you, when your mind is your own mind, useless mind, when your useless mind is very rarely it is alert and vigilant, did you yawn? Did you? When it's alert and vigilant, you cannot. So, Chinmaya expression in the BMI, ever alert and vigilant. So he never yawned. Moment the D.V. Pillai said, I never saw Gurudev yawning. Now you should say Gurudev. Immediately, very loudly, he started yawning so loudly, all could see. He was dramatizing yawning. He never yawned. So I chose one audio section of Gurudev where he dramatizes yawning. So I'm going to play that for you. Please give me the mic. This talk is from Krishna Avatar. Anybody heard the talk Krishna Avatar? It's a very beautiful talk. And I'm going to give only a glimpse of the talk, a sneak peek. Listen to it.
Whole Bhagavad is a packet of slides. Each slide has got its own significance. The only those who have studied deeply the Upanishad understand the slide. This is what it is meant. You and I, we don't. Karma Yoga is indicated there, Bhakti is indicated, Jnana is indicated, the entire gamut of spiritual thoughts that are lying strewn in the garden of the Upanishads have all been taken up and each one has been indicated therein. And in the original, when you read, in the stanza itself, here and there, he has given the clue how this picture is to be really viewed in the depths of philosophy, demonstrated in the form of the picture. Everybody abuses him. But Swamiji, he is whatever it is. As a child itself, he should have been gone into the remand home because he has got that habit of TV. I don't know how he became God. Everybody accused, because Gopis accused him that he looted or stolen the butter. But from Krishna's standpoint, Krishna never stole. Why? Because according to Krishna, that butter there in the storeroom is mine. What do you mean mine? Because, my dear lady, you got up from bed. Did you call me? Yes. Then when you watered and bathed the cow, didn't you say Krishna, Krishna? Yes. When you are milking, what were you saying? Krishna, Krishna. When you are heating the milk, what did you say? Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Then when you took yesterday's dahi and brought it to the veranda, what did you say? Krishna, Krishna. When you were churning it, what did you say? Krishna, Krishna. When you collected the butter, kept it there, what did you say? Krishna, Krishna. When you hung it in the storeroom, Krishna, Krishna. Then what did you do? Krishna, Krishna. Locked it. Then kept the key on your sari, saying Krishna, Krishna, I will not give you. This is the idea. That is why he locked it. Now he says, when all actions were done, dedicated to me, your mind was with me, the karma phala, the end product of dairy is butter. That karma phala vasanas is mine. Therefore, you will not give me. Because by the time you get an idea that I worked, I gained, and Krishna Krishna, but it is all mine. Krishna Krishna, I will not give you. Krishna Krishna. Krishna says, even if you don't give me, I shall loot it. Does that butter stand for the vasanas? And when the vasanas are gone, the mind and intellect becomes quieter and serener the mind and intellect, because the vasana trust is not there. The triguna, atita you go, you contemplate, and through contemplation you reach me.
So now you can say that you experience the dramatics of Gurudev's yawn. How he explains the gopis. When they got up itself, how many of you, when you wake up, you yawn? No, Swamiji, not when I get up. Any time I yawn, not only when I wake up. So whenever you yawn also, what you should say? Krishna, Krishna. That habit is there. Most of South Indians, I see them. North Indians also, I think. Gandhiji, when the bullet was shot also, Hey Ram. Isn't it? So, meaning the gopis, when they got up, they are remembering Krishna. When they are milking also, remembering Krishna. Churning butter, they were remembering Krishna. And when they lock it and give it Krishna, I will not give you. What the idea is? When you are doing all your activities, physical, emotional, intellectual, all your activities when you are doing, remembering Him. Your mind is remembering Him and you are doing the activities. The end product of action, just as the end product of dairy is butter, so to the end product of every activity is vasanas. So if you are remembering Him and doing the activities, He will come and loot the vasanas, whether we give it or not. If you dedicate to Him is good, but we generally will not dedicate. So He will come and loot, because you are remembering Him and doing. So it is His. So I say, Krishna says, Ma manusmara yudhyacha. Remembering me, engage in your chores. Hindi chores. Okay, English chores also. So, remembering Him. So, Chinmaya namaḥ, ever alert and vigilant. That's why Gurudev used to say, any achievement is possible only when the mind is quiet, at the same time alert and vigilant. So quiet, alert, vigilant mind is the instrument of achievement, whether in the secular world or the spiritual world. The instruments of achievement is same. So that's what Gurudev emphasizes. So Chinmaya, the pure consciousness, and the pure consciousness cannot be illumined by all the phenomenal lights. What are the phenomenal lights? Sun, moon, stars, lightning. That's why we chant in the Arati time. What do we chant? Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam, nema vidyutaha bhanti, kutoyam agni. This agni, this small flickering flame. By the way, the oil has to be replenished. Aarti, who's in charge? Devyani, check. Because the lamp was not. So oil to be replenished. So when the great phenomenal lights like sun, moon, stars, lightning cannot illumine you, O Lord, how can the small flickering flame illumine? Then how to know? Tameva bhantam. Tam eva bhantam. Tam bhantam. When it shines, tam bhantam. Anubhati sarvam. Then everything else shines. First consciousness must shine. Then only you can be conscious of sun, moon, stars, lightning, or the fire. So, tam bhantam, it shining, anubhati sarvam, everything else shines thereafter. Tasya bhasa, in its light alone, sarvamidam vibhati. In its light alone, all this, whatever you are conscious of as this, is illumined by the same consciousness. That consciousness is Chinmaya. So that consciousness is behind every perception. If you are perceiving means it's a conscious perception. So consciousness is behind every perception. Conscious feelings, consciousness is behind every feeling. Conscious ideas, conscious thoughts, consciousness is behind. So consciousness is behind every thought, every feeling, every perception. So you say, Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam. Somewhere we hear that, no? Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam, Trailokyam, Sacharacharam, Tatpadam, Darshitam Yena. Where do we hear that? Abba. Because Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha, you remember. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Salutations to that Guru who reveals that Chinmayam, which is Vyapiyat Sarvam, is all pervading. Remember Chinmaya, the subtlest. How do you measure subtlety? Subtlety is measured by pervasiveness. So all pervasive is the subtlest. Chinmaya, the pure consciousness, is subtlest. It pervades all the three states. Vyapyat sarvam trailokyam. What are the three lokas? Three worlds. What are the three worlds? Waking world, dream world. Some may be dreaming. It illumines the dream world also. Deep sleep world. Check if anybody is. Check anybody launched into that state. Bring them down and say, were you conscious that you went to? It illumines all the three states. Trailokyam, Sacharacharam. It illumines the things and the beings. In fact, it is the very existence in all the existing things. The very consciousness in all the conscious beings. So that Chinmayam is all pervasive. To that teacher, and to that teacher my salutations. And that teacher is revealing to me that state. In 1993, I remember in the banquet, I did this invocation in the banquet. It's a very beautiful mantra, shloka. You may be knowing the shloka, but the last line I changed it. It goes like this. Bhavayeva bhavaniti me nitaram samajayata chetasi kautukita mamavaraya moha mahajaladhim bhava chinmaya deshika me sharanam bhava chinmaya deshika me sharanam. What's the last line? I'm not going to sing once more. You thought before I could ask Talia, before I could use that. So, the last line, Bhava Shankara Deshika Mission. This is the Totakashtakam. So last line, because I don't know Shankara, but I know Chinmaya. So Chinmaya Deshika. Deshika means teacher. O Chinmaya, my teacher. Me Sharanam Bhava, be my refuge. And who is this Chinmaya? Bhava Bhavan. Bhavan, thou, you are. Bhava means Shiva himself. Shiva, Bhava, the Vedantic meaning of Bhava is Bhavati Yasmat. Yasmat Jatam Jagat Sarvam, Yasminneva Praliyate, Enedam Dharyate Chaiva. That is Bhava. Understood? That from which everything rises, that in which everything remains, and that unto which everything returns. That is called Bhava. Everything is rising from Him, remaining in Him, returning unto Him. That is called Bhava, the Lord Shiva. So when I discover that my Guru is Lord Shiva Himself, then naturally you want to ask, first what happens when I realize my teacher is Lord Shiva? Samajayata chetasi kautukita. When the conviction comes that my Guru is Lord Shiva, and what happens? Your mind, in your mind, wonder and joy rises in your mind. And then you want to ask, Oh Lord, I know you are that divine. Please, Namavalih moha mahajaladhim. Please take me across this ocean of delusion. Because of the delusion, I mistake BMI as the self. When I don't know the rope, I mistake the rope as snake. So too, when I do not know myself, then I mistake the self as BMI. If I know the self, I will not mistake the self as BMI. So the non-apprehension leads to misapprehensions. So, Mamavaraya moha mahajaladim. Please take me across this ocean of delusion. O Chinmaya, Bhava Chinmaya, Deshika me Sharanam. O Chinmaya Deshika, O my teacher Chinmaya, Bhava me Sharanam. Bhava also means become. Please become my refuge. That's the meaning. So this is Chinmayāya namaḥ.
Om Chinmayāya namaḥ.